Good morning. Creating artwork is fun, entertaining. It's a bit of a journey. When it comes to painting, you have primary colors, which is the three main colors that everything else comes from. And then when you mix the primary colors together, you wind up with secondary colors, which are colors created by them blended together. And then so forth and so forth. So you got the primary colors, those are the main ones. The primary colors are blue, red, yellow. Now, what do you get if you put yellow and red together? Maybe orange? Yeah. Now, if you put blue, yellow together, what do you get? Maybe green? Yeah. If you mix blue together, red together? Yeah, maybe purple. Yeah. But anyway, those are your basic colors. It's not too complicated. It's fairly easy. There are many variations of color. I'm looking for a sheet of paper which appears to be lost. Okay. Now, when you're doing a painting, more or less you're going to use what colors is in the scene or what colors you feel like or you want to. But if you want to create something that's got cool colors, colors that give a cool feeling, like if you're doing a snow scene or something. Or if warm colors, if it's a beach or something. But anyway, cold colors is basically blue, green, yellow, violet. Um, Warm colors are red and orange and yellows. Um, that just helps give the feeling of your painting. It just helps a little bit to kind of know a little bit the basics. Most likely you'll get your colors out of a tube, so it's really not going to matter that much anyway. But, now, how in the world? I could put that the right way up. Okay. Now, let's say you don't have any brown. You didn't get any in the tube. You're all out of brown. What do I do? Well, you just mix all three of the primary colors together and you get brown. Now, let's say you're out of black. It's like, oh my goodness, no black in the tube. What do I do? I gotta go to Walmart. No, you just mix green and red and you come up with black. But that's just some of the basics. Um, you can vary the color, the intensity of it by blending a little bit. And you can, if you add black to something, it's going to give you more of a darker color. If you add white to something, it's going to give you a lighter color. I mean, it's just something you're going to have to experiment with, have fun with. Um, Now, like, these are some of the lessons that I do. But anyway, this one is a Four Seasons. You have a winter scene, which portion, and a fall scene, and a summer scene, and a spring scene. Well, they all give the basic same feeling. But do you see how the more reddish looking and such over here gives you more of a winter, a cold, and then a lot of blue over here gives you more of the feeling of uh, brightness. And and then we got this one, which of course, the white and the blue. Sometimes the colors will blend a little bit on the canvas, or you can make them blend. And you got brown and green. You know, you got different colors and they blend. You'll get used to it. And one thing too, you want to have, when you're doing a painting, you want to have a flow, but this also applies to drawing too. But you kind of want to have a flow. See how this flows around? See, you got elements that flow. You want to guide the eye. The eye will follow around, and you just guide the eye to the center. There's all kinds of neat little tricks. Now, when it comes to sketches, that's using it with a pencil. Now, if you just go with lines like this, you know, just straight, but you want to, as you can see here, they don't cover the whole thing and they leave some area for light. You want to do that type of thing. Leave a lot of white area, a lot of negative space. Use your negative space, but bring the strength into it as well. Now, if you're using cross hatching, you just go both ways on your lines. If you're using stippling, you just do a bunch of dots. And if you're doing scribbling, that's just little scribblies, and that's kind of cool. And if you're doing small circles, that makes it real intricate and nice. If you're doing a finger blend, just blend it around. But sketching is very interesting and neat as well. Now on this picture, the darkness builds the structure. See the darkness in here. Without the darkness, you wouldn't have a bridge. You got darkness underneath here, darkness under there, darkness under here, darkness under here. The darkness builds the shape. Most of the bridge is negative space. It's just white. But the darkness builds the shape. And then you go in with things on the surrounding to kind of build it on. But the darkness builds the shape. Something else with this. You see how it's bigger in the front and then smaller in the back? That's perspective. Everything in nature has that. We're closer to this right here. Thus, if we go back here with these lines, they'd contradict about, or they'd go together back here somewhere. Well, that's your perspective is back there. But everything has perspective. It just makes things look like they're closer and further back. They actually have 2 or 3 point perspective as well, but you gotta really go more in depth on that a little bit. But you just want to make things that look natural. Just make them look natural, like they belong. In doing this, it's just a playful illustration. It's from one of my children's books, but I did the limbs and the leaves, and there's a little nest in there, and you just do a bunch of squigglies and make it look neat. I put my little wagon in here. I put my little grass, a couple different colors of grass. I put a little bunny and a little birdie. In a case like that, you're just having fun. You're enjoying yourself, which is really all what it's all about. If you can have fun creating, you will have fun for the rest of your life. You will enjoy the journey of creating. I hope that you watch my videos, I hope you enjoy them. And if you want to paint along or draw along, I hope that you will. And I hope that you learn. And just, nothing has to be perfect. Just just work at it. Just make it look natural. Don't try to make a tree that just, is a ball and goes down. No. You know, give it some flow. Um, just make it look natural. But in nature, nothing really has to be perfect. You just want it to look natural. You want it to look nice. When somebody looks at it, it'd be like, hey, that looks like it. That looks cool. But don't be afraid to make it look a little artistic too. Just just have fun with it. And anything that you try to do is a success. Even if it's a failure, it's it's a what do you call it? It's a step. As long as you make the little steps and get better and better, you can do anything if you try.